Mining has held the opportunity since independence to transform this nation. But the big question is, why have we not been able to do this?
Thank you. Thank you so much. My name is Thomas Motwiwa. I am the Secretary of Mining, representing the PS State Department for Mining. And I would say we are very, very grateful for the organizers of this event, particularly Chairman here. We've walked a journey with Chairman together on many issues. And again, to the Chamber of Mines for what they have been doing to us, assisting us through articulating policy and putting in their issues for us to sieve through and get the finest out of our policies. We are also grateful. I think the event has gone out very well, represented by so many people, the corporates, young engineers, and the old ones are also there, individuals. I think it was a very, very good night for us. Thank you.
Maybe just a quick one, reflection and achievement. As we celebrate the 25 years, what do you see most significant achievement in the mining sector during this period? Maybe as we are celebrating, that's okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. As we celebrate 25 years, let me say we began with, in the 90s, with the Old Mining Act that was done in the 40s. That act was archaic, old, and not really representing the interests of the sector. We now have a progressive act, Mining Act 2016, which is new, vibrant, and probably it also has its own smaller issues, which we can work together with Chamber and all the stakeholders and then see that everyone enjoys working in the sector. Thank you. And probably again, we were also young in numbers in the State Department for Mining. Today we boost a very high workforce, probably towards 600, 700 members of staff. I'm not very sure, but the numbers have also grown. And again, we used to be a small department called Mines and Geology Department. Today it's a state department with a PS. The leader at that time was a Commissioner of Mines and Geology. Today we have a PS, and at that time it was a ministry. So I believe the sector is growing, and we hope to see more.
Just a little bit of the challenges. Maybe how does the ministry handle issues such as illegal mining and unregulated practice? Because we've seen it in various 47 counties, especially in Kwale. We have illegal miners. I don't know. How is the ministry trying to handle it?
Sure. I think that's a very good question. And illegal mining has been a problem to the country, denying the country the necessary revenues that should come out of regulated sector. And it is out of that that the ministry brought in the mining police. And the mining police are working together with the staff in the ministry and also again with our regional mining officers so that we eradicate or bring down the menace of illegal mining. We also put in reforms in the mining sector around the artisanal mining permits so that small groups of people who want to work individually and alone can form cooperatives, and our regional mining officers can actually license the artisanal miners, and we're working towards that. Thank you.
One last question. There has been challenges with licensing of miners and also filling of quarries after the extraction of minerals. What is the government doing to ensure the quarries are not left dangerous?
Again, sorry?
There has been challenges of licensing and also filling of quarries after the mining activities. Maybe what is the government doing to ensure the miners fill the quarries after extracting the minerals?
A very good question. The issue of restoration of the mines and the quarries after mining partly belongs to us and partly belongs to NEMA. Before you are licensed to do a quarry, you ought to bring to us and from NEMA, an environmental impact assessment, which with it carries an environmental restoration plan or an environmental management plan. And again, for big miners, is an environmental bond, so that your responsibilities in terms of refilling what you have extracted is taken care of. So really, we work together with many stakeholders so that we ensure that restoration is done. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Kanyoro. I am honored to share the Executive Council or the Board of the Kenya Chamber of Mines. And we are grateful that the State Department of Mining is here with us, and of course all our stakeholders, to celebrate 25 years of the Kenya Chamber of Mines. Over the last 25 years, as a mining secretary has said, we have been able to advocate and lobby for a better mining environment. Just like he has correctly said, we are not there yet, but we are of the view that with concerted effort, with deliberate engagement between government and the private sector, then there's a way of us being able to move forward this nation. I would want to highlight that indeed mining has held the opportunity since independence to transform this nation. But the big question is, why have we not been able to do this? Our honest submission as the chamber is that we have not done this because we have not come to the table to engage and see how best to create wealth and create employment through the natural resources that we have. It is our conviction as industry that government will ask us to the table so that then we have a good working relationship, an honest working relationship, because whether it is the government or the private sector, the citizens must benefit from the natural resources that are in this country.
Maybe how far is the mining bill?
Yes, we have the mining amendment bill. I haven't quite tracked the bill, but I am aware that we have some very good and transformational, measures in that bill. And those are things that will be of great help to this industry and to this economy. For example, the issue of the Mining Regulatory Authority, because then that will make the issuance of mining rights more transparent and be done in a way that then has a level of playing ground. We think it's something progressive, and as industry, we are willing to come to the table. We are willing to engage government. We are aware that throughout all jurisdictions in the world, this game of natural resources is a game of give and take. There is no one firm position. So it's a question of honest conversations, and we believe that we will go on in a better way.
How many members does the chamber have?
Well, the chamber has about 348 members, but currently active members are about 120. And the nature of this industry is such that, for example, if there are no licenses issued, then it becomes very difficult for people to pay their membership fee for that year. So we're also trying to work very closely with government to make sure that people have the permit, people get the licenses they require, so that then, because they will already be sitting in that space, they will find value in becoming members of the Kenya Chamber of Mines. Membership fees moves from the least category is 5,000 shillings. We have a category for 5,000. We have a category for 15,000 shillings. We have a category for 50,000 shillings, 100, and finally we have the platinum membership for 200,000 a year. Yes.
Sitting on the Chambers of Commerce and Directorship, are there any initiative you put in place to increase the foreign investment in the mining sector? If there is any.
I will say that basically, as the Kenya Chamber of Mines, our work is to advocate and lobby for a good business environment. And ideally, when we have done that and done it effectively, then it offers equal opportunities indeed to domestic and foreign investors. So for us, our first priority is to level the playing ground. Then when the ground is level, where both domestic and foreign investors can get on board.
Maybe what is your request to the ministry?
Well, one single request to the ministry. In fact, if I had 3 requests, they would still be: number 1, continuous and honest engagements; continuous and honest engagements; continuous and honest engagements.
There was a time you were asked to form cooperatives.
Yes.
Are they functioning? Did they work?
Well, we want to say that the direction and the guidance by the State Department of Mining for cooperatives is a great initiative. And indeed, artisanal and small-scale miners have formed cooperatives. Now, we are at the level, and my brother here will agree, where we are looking at them now being able to get the permits and licenses to operate. So the idea is noble, and once we have made sure they have the permits, the mining permits and whatever other permits and licenses they require, then I think we'll be on course to deliver on the promise.